Hi, I'm Chelan Smith, and this is my story.
Give thanks,
Sing it.
you know, every day.
I found out I had breast cancer March the 23rd. I felt the lump in January and went to my doctor. We did the test, the biopsy in February, and I got the results in March. I was numb. I was really numb. I was convinced that this was just me, my normal paranoid, hypochondriac self. I talked myself out of the lump being anything. So when the doctor actually came back and was like, well, I actually peeked over the desk into his hand at the results and saw positive for whatever cells, and I was like, maybe I'm blind and not seeing it right. But I was really numb at first, and then I walked to the parking lot and I called my stepmother and I just bawled. I just bawled and then I pulled myself together. My life changed completely after the diagnosis. So once you're diagnosed, everything goes into super mode. Everything goes really fast. You have to find a doctor. The doctor wants to do the surgery as soon as possible. Then once you do the surgery, you have to meet and find an oncologist. So everything I literally felt like I was on the outside looking into my body, like into everything that was happening. And I think that was a part of it was shock. Just like, do I really have breast cancer? Like, what's going on? Even when I did the surgery. So once you find out, your life completely changes. Down to what you eat, you really look at food suspiciously. Certain things you don't want to put in your body, certain things, and also your mental, because you don't want it to tear you down. And the first thing the doctor will tell you is that stress is a no-no. You have to ensure that you keep your mental. This fight is 95% mental. And when my doctor told me that, I just held on to it and tried my very best. But your life does change, and things that you thought were important just aren't that important anymore. So the treatment process, I'm still undergoing. I have completed chemotherapy and I'm going to do radiation. So the treatment process is quite different for the type of cancer that you have. So breast cancer, you can be estrogen positive, estrogen negative, progesterone positive, HER2 positive, HER2 negative, and HER2 positive. So I used a drug called AC, aka the red devil. It's red and it's really the devil. And I also use Taxol. And so they're different. For another type of cancer, it might be a different set of drugs. Mine was the harsh one first. They wanted to go in as aggressive as possible, and then and that was like 4 treatments of that, and then 12 of the Taxol, which is way milder, but which caused some nerve damage in the hands and feet. So one of the biggest obstacles that I faced during treatment was the food. The first place the chemo burns up is your mouth. So everything, my taste buds, like literally my tongue, you could see black spots on it, like the burn spots. And when it burned the front of my tongue, that's it, my taste buds were gone. Everything tasted like cardboard, but you need to eat. You need to eat. So that was the biggest struggle, and the nausea. Even though they give you anti-nausea medication and it really helps, there's just a point where you're nauseous regardless. So at one point I was eating just boiled potato, boiled Irish, no salt, no black pepper, nothing, just boiled Irish and crush and eat, just to make sure that I ate at least once a day to maintain. Because once your health, your weight, your blood count, everything goes down, they have to stop chemo. So thank God. I maintain structure and normalcy in my life because my family and my friends are excellent. My friends card me same way. So like I would tell them about things that's going wrong and they'd just be like, oh, that, they'd make up nicknames for me. I won't tell you guys those, but they'd make up nicknames, and my family, they kind of held on strong, they prayed, they came around. And also I had a caretaker stay with me, so I knew that I would have breakfast by this time, as long as you're on schedule. So breakfast by this time, lunch by this time, dinner by this time, and I kept on working regardless of being sick. I stayed working so that I would have something to keep my brain functioning. So it was a group effort keeping that normalcy going. I have to tell you, my friends enjoyed it that a little bit too much, and for the adjustments that they had to make with COVID as well as with me being ill. So they would do fun things like a balcony buy, they drive by because they know they can't come inside, and just come by the balcony and eat food and chill during the lunchtime after work on the weekends. So, you know, that was really great. What motivated me to get up every morning? I already feel not get up every day. Yeah, eye open is a blessing, right? And I just don't take it for granted. And when I found out I was sick, I prayed to God and I said to him, as long as you stay by my side, I will fight. I would fight like any warrior you guys have ever heard of. And I never felt alone. So from I open my eye and I feel like God is with me, let's go. That's my motivation. We're keeping it, we're pushing it. It's not my time yet. My advice to women in the breast cancer community, especially those who just got diagnosed, is to allow yourself to feel. Allow it. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to lay down in the bed, lay down in the bed. But promise yourself that you're not gonna stay there. No matter how dark it feels, no matter how sad you are, you have to promise yourself that you are going to fight. Also, it's not the end, right? And you have to put yourself first. Nobody else will come before you. Right now, you're fighting for yourself, and you're literally fighting for your life. So, saddle up already.